Hi, y'all. It's Alex, the Best Places social media manager. You're about to watch me interview Mike, a Best Places user. In the interview, we discuss his experience living and working in Scottsdale, Arizona. Enjoy. You just want to start us off by giving us your name and telling us where you're currently living?
Yes, my name is Michael LaForest, or Mike LaForest. So I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, and right in Old Town, right in downtown Old Town. So, and been in various spots in Scottsdale for about 23 years now. So I'm a SoCal transplant. I came over from San Diego way before anyone else did.
Great. So what about your experience living in Scottsdale made you want to reach out to us for the interview?
Because I just love it. I just became kind of a ambassador for Arizona and Scottsdale when I got here, where a lot of people bring where they used to live here and try to make it the same. I came from San Diego, which I love, born and raised. But when I got here, I just embraced the state and the city. And we have a joke, my wife and I, that we moved here for 1 year, 23 years ago, because it just was an awesome place. So, and I'm very, very active in all aspects of life. So, and I'm very active on your site. So that's why I kind of reached out, just because I'm one of those guys. I'm all over your site. I'm an commercial airline pilot. So I get to travel a lot. So I use your site to check out cities and things like that when I'm traveling. So.
Wow, super cool.
Yeah.
So what are some things specifically about Scottsdale that you really like?
It's a clean city, for one. Really, really, really clean city, and a lot of active, fun, like-minded people. It's just a really neat city. People are always out, and it's a big food city, especially Old Town. So a lot of people are out to eat. Outside of July and August, which are fairly miserable, people are always out biking, riding, hiking. So I like the fact that Scottsdale gives me kind of the higher end stuff that I like in a city, but it's also kind of rural. If you go 15, 20 minutes in any direction, and especially a half hour, you're in the middle of the desert. So it's a very unique city in my view. It's a big city with a very small town feel, to be honest.
Wow, excellent. What are some things that you could live without or that maybe you wish were different about Scottsdale?
July and August, the heat. So I make jokes about that, but I feel like if it wasn't miserable for 2 months, everybody would live here because it's just such a great place. So I kind of look at it different. We kind of get our town back. It's a real tourist town. So in the wintertime, it doubles in size with snowbirds. So, and when it's hot, we at least get our city back. But things I could live without, to be honest, probably like a lot of cities, is the growth and sprawl that I've seen since moving here. We never used to have traffic. When I moved here 23 years ago, we didn't have an HOV lane on any freeway. So the only thing I could live without is just like everybody else. I kind of wish it would have stayed my little secret, but that wasn't going to happen. But there's not a whole lot of downsides to Scottsdale in general. It's just an amazing city.
Wow, excellent. Yeah, we hear that thing about sprawl and growth a lot. Seems to be a very common
everybody wants to keep what they had, right? Once I get here, no one else can come here, kind of thing. But like I said, I live in Old Town, which is a part of Scottsdale that's walkable. It's fairly famous for restaurants and bars and things to do. So, and I ride my scooter or my bike, or I walk most of the time. So unless I have to get on a freeway or go to the airport, I don't really notice it. So I'm kind of spoiled.
Wow, lovely. Overall, would you recommend that someone else move to Scottsdale with all that in mind?
Absolutely not. No. Yeah, you can't go wrong. You really can't. The only downside that Scottsdale used to have was high-tech jobs. My wife's in the tech industry, and now they're here. It used to be if you really wanted to make yourself, Scottsdale was a tourist industry, hotels, restaurants, things like that. But now real jobs, like big companies have headquartered here. Again, that's creating the sprawl, but it would be really hard for me to give someone a downside. I mean, the weather's great, the people are great, and now we have first-class jobs. But that used to not be the case. So I'd highly recommend it, even though I wish they wouldn't.
You mentioned San Diego. Have you lived anywhere else, or it's just the two cities?
And Colorado as well for about 10 years. And that's so born and raised in San Diego. I'm 55. So half of my life in San Diego and half here. And I liked them both at the time. Couldn't have been a better place to be born and raised in San Diego. And then I spent a lot of time in Colorado. But that's another thing I like about Scottsdale / Arizona is it's very centrally located in the West. I can get to San Diego in 6 hours by car. I can get to Colorado in 7 hours by car. Grand Canyon in 3. So it's a big city that's surrounded by really close to the things and the people that I want to be around. So
Great. Among all of those, which one would you say is your biggest move, either in terms of distance or just like culture shock?
my biggest move was probably to Colorado. We went to a small mountain town in Colorado and built a house at a ski resort because that's kind of what I thought I wanted to do. So and I loved it, but that is culture shock to go from San Diego, Scottsdale to, a town of 2,000 that was a big change.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be too much of a change. It was just too small for me, to be honest, as much as I loved it. So, but San Diego to here, outside of the weather, they feel very similar. Stores are the same. You know what I mean? It's still the West. Like if you relocated to the Midwest from here, things would feel different stores. So San Diego to here wasn't a real big change. That's one thing I liked about it. It made me, outside of the weather, they're very similar places.
Great. Fascinating. So what about that experience like stood out to you? The move specifically is like super positive or super negative. Any big takeaways?
The move from San Diego to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, super positive, super positive. But like I said, the joke was, I knew I liked the desert. I knew it appealed to me, and I'd travel enough to know that I liked the city. But we really did think, let's just give it a try and see what happens. And the second we got here, it was amazing. It was amazing. And a lot of young families were moving here at the same time. So most of my friends, half my friends are high school friends from San Diego, but we met so many amazing people here that we knew within a year we were never leaving. So it was very, very positive.
Nice. Do you have any like tips or advice for people that may be making a similar move in the future?
Yeah, if they're moving like specifically to Scottsdale or moving at all, if you're moving at all, just embrace it. It's kind of like moving to a different country. It's nothing wrong with bringing your culture and your heritage and your town, but embrace where you're going. A lot of people come here and all they do is talk about California or wherever they came from. And I came here and I said, yeah, I'm from California, but I'm an Arizona guy now. So I would say wherever you move, just embrace it. Don't fight it. Don't remember how neat it was where you were, but make it great where you're going. And that's what I did. I just completely took the city under my arm and just said, I'm here now and bring it on.
Great. That's lovely to hear. So how in all of your moving, and also you mentioned being a pilot, how specifically has like Best Places helped you in your life?
An enormous amount. I'm on it a lot. I use it when I travel, but we also like to spend summers, sometimes a month somewhere, get in the RV and go spend it somewhere. So, and that's where I use it most. Because I travel so much, I have a pretty good idea where I'm going and what I would like, but that narrows it down. I'm a weather junkie, so weather's huge. So getting to know, cloudy days, rainy days, types of years. So I use the weather and climate section on Best Places a lot. And then, shopping, schools, things like that. Not really for relocating. I use it mostly for travel, to be honest with you. Where I want to go, because we pick somewhere every summer for a month to go to, and that's where I use it mostly. But like I said, because I'm an airline pilot, I'm probably more familiar to start than most people. But you guys give me the details that I couldn't get anywhere else.
Excellent. Great to hear. Well, that's all I have. Before we sign off, is there anything else you want to share with us today?
No, I think that's it. I mean, like I said, just as far as I go for your site, I love it. There's nothing like it. I tell people about it and they're like, no, I never heard of it. And then they get on it and it's amazing. I don't know where you guys get all your information, but it's fantastic. So, and again, I love my city. So I guess I can't keep you from moving here. So I have nothing bad to say about Scottsdale. If you can take a little bit of heat in the summer, our joke is we have 10 months of perfect and 2 months of hot. So So I appreciate you guys reaching out, and keep up the good work on your site. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, then. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Take care.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed that interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know when we upload new videos. You can also follow us on social to keep up with the team and what we're doing, and all of that will be plugged in the description. Leave a comment below telling us what you thought of the interview. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.